How's it going, y'all? I want to show you my one-man shack. I use an Otter XT Hideout. And I'm just going to give you a little bit of a tour. I'm always adjusting it, tweaking it, and modifying it, but I'll show you how I got it now, and hopefully it gives you some ideas. Sitting in my chair, looking up front, my power box sitting here with a YOLO Tech stick. This is where my main camera goes. It usually points back at the chair that I'm sitting in. And then above that, I've got one of the Otter hooks up front, where I've got a pair of gloves. I love those gloves. Those are some Sims gloves. I'll link them down below. I've got a clip-on fan that moves the air pretty good in here, helps keep it a little bit more even with the heater that's down below right in front of it. And then I've got the Otter Outdoors LED light up front. I needed some light coming from that angle for the video, and I think it'll do well. It's a little bit warmer white light than the Otter lights that I've got behind me that I'll show you. The one issue with the way that this light is set up is this front bar goes all the way across. And as you can tell, I've got a lot of things that need to clip up there. I got to work around that light. So the Otter lights, which are a little bit smaller, may actually work better up there, and I may need to put that one in the back if I do decide to use both. Moving over, we've got the GoPro on a clamp mount that swivels. This one right now I got facing straight down. I think we'll leave it that way in this shack for this year. And then next to that is the battery pack, so I don't got to keep recharging or swapping out the batteries in that guy. Below the door, so we already talked about my power box with the YOLO Tech stick. I've got my Garmin up front here. So this is my Garmin Live Scope. This is a 10-inch GPS map 8610XSV. I'll do a full another video just on that setup there, but that's where my Garmin is. And then I'm running the 10,000 BTU Flame King heater. This shack's just a little too small for it, so I might actually go to a different heater. The thermostat does not work in this shack because it heats up the ceiling way too fast. For now, the way that I've got it set up is up front, I've got a dead stick hole. This is a jigging hole, this is a jigging hole, and then this is my live scope hole. So I can see, I can just adjust it, turn it, depending on which hole that I want to look at. But it works good in a straight line in case I want to jig on this side because of where I'm sitting on top of weeds, or over here. Looking to the left of the seat here, I've got two rod holders. So this is the Otter Outdoors rod holder. These things are awesome. They have where it mounts directly onto the side bracket. And then these guys right here, these are called the Groove rod holders. I'll link them down below if you want them, but they can move up and down anywhere on any of the support poles that you want. So I've just got an extra rod in there right now. On the right side, the same two rod holders. This is a Groove launch pad. You can just throw your jigs in there to keep them from getting wet sitting in like a container or something. Back to the left-hand side, this is usually where I keep my waxies. I love this for waxies. It's, I think it's a strike method. There's a ton of these bait cup things that you can get. If I turn around and show you the seat and the back, we'll start here with the seat. I've got a little foam mat here that I just put my feet on just to keep them off the ice. Above that is the Otter chair itself. So I'll fold that down. This is actually a really comfortable chair, but underneath the chair, I've got my bait cooler. This is the 13 quart. I also use the 7.5 quart from Engel Coolers. I've got rod rack here. They're enough for 4 rods that can sit on the side. Right now I've got 2 set up and hanging and sitting there. And then I've got all of my shack lights wired up back into a Milwaukee M18 battery. I also use the bottom of the tub here for my drinks. I've got water, soda, energy drinks in there. Any food, like I usually bring a sandwich or something. My tackle bag usually sits right on top of this back storage area. And if I move my tackle bag, you can see I've got a little wooden storage area here where I can keep 4 1-pound propane tanks. And then in the back, I usually keep a bag of rags, a bag of bags for trash that I have to pick up. And then I've got a lunch box, and then I've got extra gloves, hats, that type of thing. That's foil lined back here. I've got the Reflectix foil in the back area here, which allows me to put batteries and all of that. Then above the stuff in the back, I've got another Otter hook that I hang my camera bag on. I've got a coat jacket hook in the other corner. On the back rod, 2 Otter LED lights. And then for both the front lights and back lights, I've got these Rotary Dimmers that work absolutely wonderfully. One for the Otter And then up front, I've got one for the Hog Outdoor LEDs too. One other thing I can't forget is around the outside, I've got 4 of these super bright LED lights that allow me to see at night, light up the area when I'm packing up, when I'm moving around, or when I'm set up in a certain area. Those things are great.